Hello Aquarius, my name is Agatha and this is the astrological reading for September 2016. On the 1st of September there's a solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Virgo, and then on the 16th of September there's a lunar eclipse at 24 degrees of Pisces. Eclipses, when they happen, they usually indicate major transformations in one's life for the next 6 months in whatever area of the chart they happen. In your case, Aquarius, the solar eclipse on the 1st of September happens on your 8th house. So it's new beginnings connected with shared resources. So the money that you earn and the money that your partner earns. The 8th house is also connected with taxes, inheritances, with death, with sexuality. So maybe some of you are, cutting certain expenses. Maybe you're changing your insurances. Maybe you have a certain type of insurance and you need to pick a new type of insurance, like something which is cheaper because you have other expenses that are important, and something might happen. You're already thinking that something might happen a few months from now and you need to save money. And for instance, you need to, if you're drinking coffee, if you're smoking, something like that, you and your spouse or your partner, you decide, okay, we're going to stop doing this because it's a lot of money that we need to save. We're going to stop drinking coffee, we're going to stop smoking because all of this, as it's costly. And we can take this money and put it away, in a savings account, and we can cut all of the credit cards that we have and just keep one, for instance, and change our insurances and find a way of paying less taxes, for instance, also because there's something. And you need also, this solar eclipse makes a square with Saturn in the 11th house. So you have to decide which is the most important project or there's something that you want to bring into your life. Maybe you need to save for that something for the next 6 months. Whatever you need to save, whatever thing that you want to accomplish, whatever dream that you want to accomplish, whatever plan that you want to accomplish. It's a very long-term plan, but you understand that you have to save for it. So this savings might take 6 months for you to do so, and you need to cut certain plans out of your life. So you must concentrate on the most important plan, whatever that plan is, the most important project, in the most important wish, and you have to be real about it, and you have to make an effort in order to accomplish it. Therefore, you need to save for it, and you need to cut expenses. It could be that. For others, it could be like an inheritance, a legacy, but not exactly that. For some Aquarius, it could be from a sibling because it happens in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is connected with siblings, so you might get an inheritance or a legacy from a sibling, but it might take a while until you get it. So you might get the news that you will get it, that you were named in your siblings' will, for instance, and it might take up to 6 months until you get the money or until you get whatever he or she left you. And because the authorities are and they restrict, you need to deal with bureaucracy, and papers and all of that, and whatever you get might not be exactly, it might not be a lot, but it's helpful, and you might have to wait up to 6 months more or less until you get it. If it's not that, it could be something to do with your sexuality. So it could be that for health reasons you have to live your sexuality in a different type of way. I don't know exactly what happened. It could be all sorts of things, and you might take up to 6 months until you adapt yourself to this new way of living your sexuality, which is more constricted, which is more regulated, and also more focused. okay? And you might feel it in a limiting sort of way. So this is the solar eclipse. The lunar eclipse, Aquarius, happens on the 16th of September on 24 degrees of Pisces in your second house. So lunar eclipses talk about endings or culminations. For some of you, it might actually be an end of your income, of your salary. So some of you might lose your job. Not necessarily. Okay, I'm going to give more examples. And this is why you needed to really revamp your shared finances. This is why you needed to cut, you and your partner, because you already knew that you're going to lose your job. So expenses need to be paid, certain expenses, so you focus on the most important expenses and you cut everything that's not required, which is not necessary, because you already knew you're going to lose your job. If it's not that, it could be that you work for a very big company, a very big group, or that has, like a very big foreign company that has it's located in several places in the world, and this company is making cuts generally, and so maybe you don't lose your job, maybe your salary gets cut, and you already knew this. And around the 16th of September, this finalization in terms of your salary cut is done, and you already knew that. So you need to cut the money that both of you and your partner, for instance, or even if you're single, the money that you spend in things. So you only pay the most pressing things, and things which are not necessary are cut. So because you got a salary cut in order to keep your job. Another way of reading it's not necessarily that. It could be, let's say you are a freelancer, you are a designer, and you work for several companies and you work for several clients. Maybe you lose one source of income, maybe not just one, maybe more than one. Therefore, there's less money coming in, but there's still money, okay? And maybe this company is not or this client can no longer hire you, even though you have very good quality work, but you're expensive, Aquarius, for instance. And so they, at least, it's maybe not forever, maybe they'll be able to hire you in 6 months from now, but they are making cuts, and you are one of the designers, for instance, who gets affected. If it's not that, you leave your job, or because there's some sort of illness, maybe you're ill, maybe you need to leave your job because you're ill, and this is why there's a revamp of your shared finances. Maybe you and your partner, you are saving for a medical treatment of some kind. Maybe you need to wait until you get that medical treatment. So it could be that it could be either public or private, meaning either way you have to wait, or you have to save money in order to get that medical treatment of any type. So there's some sort of new medical treatment or a very good medical treatment, but there's a waiting list, for instance. Or it's expensive and you don't have enough money. Maybe it costs, I'm going to give you a number, $15,000 or 15,000 euros or pounds or whatever, and you don't have the money yet. So you need to save for the next 6 months in order to have the money in order to go and do this medical treatment. So this revamping of this changes in your finances, in your shared finances, might have to do with health matters, okay? But you, Aquarius, I think that you already know what's going to happen. So you are already saving up now. You are already making the financial changes that you need to do now, because you're kind of sensing it. You're sensing it. And so you do this now in order for you to have all the money that you need to have for the next 6 months, okay? But other way, you deal with this in a very rational way, in a very logical way, in a very smart way, in a very intelligent way, okay? And that's it, Aquarius. This is the reading that I have for you for September 2016. This is a very general reading. If you'd like a private consultation, please send an email to duniasa@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.